Hey guys, welcome back to Rome Reviews. I'm Rome, and today we're going to do a cover of the Vivo camera system at nighttime. And I've been kind of dragging my feet on this one because I'm not really a camera guy, but I did try to put together something that would just be simple to understand for people that are not camera guys like me. So, with that being said, I'm going to jump right into it, okay? So, let's open this bad boy up, and I'm going to go into the photo gallery and hold on one second. Let me get to the beginning because I want to kind of set the tone for the video and kind of show you what you can expect from the camera. So right out of the gate, and what I'm going to do is, yes, I'm showing them on my phone right now, but what I'll do is in editing, I'll kind of pop them up on the screen really big for you guys so you can see what I'm saying. So with that being said, this first picture that I took was kind of to set the tone for the camera and what it's going to do for the rest of the night. So this picture is going to show more closely what the lighting in the room looked like at the time. And it's actually really close. It was slightly, ever so slightly darker, but not much. So what I wanted to do was, with the mode being set, we're gonna go swipe to the next picture, okay? And you could tell that off the bat it is immediately brighter. There's no flash on this camera. There's nothing going on. It just brightened the picture for some odd reason. Don't know why I did that. It's not a bad picture, but you know, and if I wasn't in the room, I wouldn't think that anything was wrong with the picture. But hey, I just want to let you guys know that it did brighten the photo. I don't know why I chose that. But moving forward, you're going to see I'm going to turn that audio down. I may leave the audio in a little bit, just turn it down in editing, just so I don't get a strike from YouTube or anything, because the band does play music in some of these videos that I'm going to show. But as you can see, while I'm panning left and right, the room is slightly, well, I would say a bit darker than that last photo I showed you guys. So, but moving forward, you can also tell that the video itself, it is nighttime. I mean, and we're in a fairly dark room except for the lights that they have on the band. So it's going to be grainy a bit. It's going to be grainy a bit. But, I mean, with that being said, this is still a really good video, especially in such a dark room. So let's go ahead and swipe to the next one. I just took a quick picture of the menu. It did brighten this photo up a little bit, but it wasn't crazy like the other one where it just brightened it up like insanely. But you could tell that it is a very crisp photo of the menu, especially for it to be so dark in there. Once again, like I said, there's some lighting in the background around the bar, somewhat, but it's not bright at all. But just testing out the system and just wanted to, just get a still photo in there. And I got a bunch of these. But moving forward, took a picture of one of my martinis, the chocolate martini that I had. Just wanted to test it at nighttime, see how it came out. And it, once again, great photo. Nothing special. It didn't brighten this one up as much. So it has this odd thing where it goes back and forth between whether it decides to brighten the photo or not. I don't know why. I don't know how the algorithm works for that. But I honestly prefer the photos that it does not brighten. They look more natural, look more closely representative of what I was seeing in that room, in that bar. So, yeah, I prefer those. So, here's another video, and you could tell I was holding it, I was panning, but slowly, trying not to move the phone too much. But you can still see that the video itself is a bit grainy. Once again, dark room, so it's completely understandable, especially coming from foldable phones. Yeah, it's just going to be slightly grainy. Not slightly, I'm just going to say grainy. Not very grainy, but just, yeah, grainy. So it does pick up great audio. What I'll do is, I hope I don't get in trouble for doing this on YouTube, but I am going to probably leave the audio in on one of the pictures. I mean, one of the videos. But okay, jumping to the next picture. Automatically off the bat, you could tell it just crazy brightened the band up. I don't know why I did that. I just think this phone particularly, I can't compare it to any other phones because I don't do a lot of nighttime shooting on those phones. But yeah, it brightened up, and I think it was just having trouble focusing. It may have been focusing on the lady over here to the left in the lower left corner, or focus it just on the crowd itself instead of the band. That's why I brighten the band up just to darken the crowd to where it makes out the individuals down here. I'm thinking that's what it was. Not entirely sure. But moving on. Let's zoom out. Move on. All right. So just snapped another photo of the crowd. Once again, grainy photo. And that's going to be consistent across the board. So there won't be any surprises there. But not a bad photo by any means. It gets the job done. I just don't expect anything magnificent from foldable phones in the nighttime, in dark areas. So nothing crazy there. Not disappointed by any means because I can look at that photo and I can make out everything. Just solid, but it won't amaze you by any means. So moving on. This is another video. I think I may leave the audio in so you guys can hear that. Alright, so I just want you guys to hear a little bit of that audio that it picks up, how good, how clear it sounds. I think it's really, the audio itself is really impressive from my perspective. But what I did was, in this video, I wanted to zoom in a little bit, just, do the natural zoom. Now, with the Vivo, and I mentioned this a few times before, and that's the case across the board with the foldable phones that we have in the market right now. I think Apple has the smoothest zoom while recording, or period, just the smoothest zoom across the board as far as the cameras go. But you could tell that this one just snaps when it switches lenses. You can tell that it switches lenses because it snaps. But yeah, I just wanted you guys to see that. And on top of that, once again, dark room. So when you zoom in, you can tell that the faces do get more grainy. I would possibly like to test this feature in the future again while recording a video. Just do it like the natural zoom, slowly zoom in and see how well it holds up the quality of the video. But yeah, you can tell what you get from that. And like I said, I'm going to have that up on the screen real big for you guys so you can see what I'm seeing, okay? All right, moving on. I snapped a few photos and the photos were great. I think the shutter speed is kind of slow on this camera because if there's any motion, it kind of blurs it like kind of badly. It doesn't capture that exact moment. It blurs like the bass guitarist. His arms, he was moving his arms, and you could tell that it kind of blurred his arms, but his face comes out real strong. So great camera. I mean, even in nighttime, I mean, the faces, you can make the faces out clearly. You can see the emotion, the expressions on their face. You can see how they're interacting with each other. So, but you're going to see that. Let me see. Once again, let's see. Another great photo. It actually captured this one really well because there wasn't a lot of movement. But let's move on to another one because I know there was another one. Oh, I actually zoomed in on this photo, just trying to capture the bass guitarist by himself. And I think this did a great job. He's down there looking at his sheet, trying to get, or I think that's a tablet actually. Everybody's so high tech now. He's looking at his tablet, getting the next music number lined up. So moving on. And this is the, I think that's a saxophone. I'm not big on instruments, so I'm not sure, but I think that's a saxophone. This guy was playing the thing like crazy. But anyway, capture him. Did a good job. This was slightly more blurry than that last photo, but still a decent job. This is where we get into the black and white photos, and this black and white photo just adds a whole new tone to the picture. I don't know, it just makes it seem like there's so much more emotion in there, where the color photos don't really capture that. This gray, black and white just really adds like expression to the photos somehow. I don't know how. Not a photographer, so yeah. But yeah, great photos. I think I took a few of those. Once I saw that first one, I was like, I gotta snap a few of these. So just move forward. I'm just gonna show a few really good photos, swiping through these. Even though he was playing, oh yeah, actually, even though he was playing that bass guitar, you can see that it actually captured his fingers and the pose that they're in while he's playing a note. I thought that was just great. I really did. Another great one. Even though it's so odd because when the phone captures photos, it does so good. I mean, even though there was motion in these, I mean, you could tell there's motion, but it's capturing it. Even though it's slightly more blurry on the hands because they're moving than the face, it still captures that motion very well. So when it's on like it captures really well. So gonna move through. I'm not gonna burn too much time on the rest of the photos because they're all so good, especially the black and white ones. Okay, moving on. And see, when you put the color back on there, it just I don't know what happened with this photo, but it loses a lot of the quality. I don't know what happened with this one. Let's move on. That's another video, just a little quick one. I think that was me just attempting to take a portrait 4K photo or something like that. But anyway, moving on. Yeah, see the color. I don't know why the black and white photos come out so much better than the color ones. Like they're oversaturated by quite a bit, and I think it's the Lafayette sign in the background that's causing it to pull their color down to their faces. But that's not how they look by any means. They didn't have so much saturation on them. All right, and that's my son. So I'm not gonna go into that. That's not a nighttime photo. So coming out of that, I think I did try to take. Oh, so I did this next segment. What I wanted to do was kind of show the drastic difference between the main sensor and the selfie cameras. And with that being said, I know that there's going to be a drastic difference between the selfie camera. I mean, the main sensor and the selfie cameras. I get that. I understand. Just want to show you guys the drastic difference between the two. So this is the selfie camera, and it's a portrait photo of me and my dad. And this photo came out crisp. I mean, like crazy. Now there's a glare on my hat from the light in the background. I don't know what the camera was doing right there, but overall, this photo is crisp. I don't know what was going on with that, but it just came out really, really good. And that's just another one. And so switching over to the selfie, you could tell that it just kind of it struggles. Now this is a really nice selfie. Don't get me wrong. This one came out really well. I hate looking at myself, so I'm just going out on a limb and just looking at the sharpness of it and everything. I think it came out really well. But as things get darker, you can tell that it starts to lose some of that quality. Yeah, I mean, you could tell by looking at the photo. Yeah, it captures my face in there, but everything else just starts to lose it. And this wasn't a portrait photo by any means, so the background shouldn't be as blown out as it is. But once again, I understand there's low light. I get it, but I'm just trying to, let you guys know. And same here, just captures my face decently. If you zoom in, it's gonna lose a ton of that quality, so I won't zoom in. But yeah, you can tell that it just kind of blows everything out. It just loses that quality. And they're just few selfies, just me trying to capture a few selfies. I really don't care for selfies at all. But yeah, let's get that. One more. I had one more video for you guys. Let's see. So this video that I'm putting up there right now, it was just me recording the thing, just finding an excuse to walk, and capture a video on the selfie. I'm gonna put that up on the screen, and just kind of let you guys watch it a little bit. All right. All right. So this is the selfie camera. And I've been drinking a little bit, but I just wanted to record a little bit like at nighttime where it's not the brightest, but you'll get the point from the video. So just wanted to record a little bit, move it around, let you see what I'm seeing. All right. All right. So I'll end that by saying that don't worry, I was not about to drive. I was just looking for an excuse to get out and try to record a selfie low light video for you guys. So yeah, you can just tell by the graininess of it all. It really struggles in low light situations. And on top of that, the selfie cameras are 1080p 30 fps. I just wish they hadn't gone with that. I wish they had bumped it up at least a little bit to maybe 4K 30. But yeah, this is what you'll get. And even though it is nighttime, it wasn't a pitch black situation, so I feel like it should have captured slightly better than what it did. But either way, not horrible, but just not great. So yeah, I just want to do a quick low light situation for you guys, just kind of show you what you'll get with this phone at nighttime. And while it is very capable of putting out incredible photos and decent videos in low light situations, it will not be consistent. You will find yourself having to capture multiple shots, and I know most situations won't present themselves twice. So you only have one shot, and you just wanted to capture that photo that you seen right there really quickly. You most likely won't get there unless that situation stays there for a few moments, like a few seconds, and you want to you just snap a few photos really quickly. But either way, solid for low light. I'm gonna rate this maybe a 6.5 out of 10 in low light situations, simply because it isn't very consistent. Sometimes it chooses to brighten photos, sometimes it doesn't. Now, I will say that I was just pointing and shooting. I wasn't tapping the screen to make it focus on a certain situation, so maybe it was just trying to figure out when to focus. But yeah, that's that's where we are. Okay, so yes, 6.5 out of 10. And that's going to be the review of this low light camera, this camera in low light situations. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Now, catch you on the next one. All right, feel free to like and subscribe to the channel for more content like this.
Yeah,
Later.
yeah,
Artlist.io.
look, back and I'm better than ever.